I know. Black power. Black power, I'm here. I know we got to get up. We got to get out there and get that money. I know. I ain't mad at you. Thank you for being in the house. This is General Seti, and I'm black at y'all ass again with this real fucking talk. I'm black. Let me get me one of these cough drops. Come on in. They talking about is it still coming on? It's on. It's on. Come on in. Somebody's still coming up. We in the motherfucking house. We in the house, y'all. Come on in. Oh shit, let me share my screen. That's right. March 1st. General Seti, Young Pharaoh, we black at it again. The infiltration of voodoo culture exposed. Hurt motherfucking feelings. You know what I'm saying? All you ritualized niggas. Ain't saying nothing. Beast running all in the house. Ain't saying nothing. Well, that day is over with. I've been wanting to do this. I don't want nobody to just think we showed up. Nigga, nigga, warrants was put out on you niggas long time ago. Warrants was put out on you niggas long time ago. We just had, it's your dough now. You know, we kicking in dough. This is the 19th dough we kicking in. This the 19th dough we kicking in. And a lot of people see, this is what I don't like. When a motherfucker show up, you know, they say, oh, you tired of banging on the beats. You tired of banging on the beat. Now you want to bang on black people. You ain't black, nigga. You ain't black. How's you black and you got the beats all up in the house? How's you black, nigga? Y'all okay with this? You understand? I ain't never been okay with it at all. You understand? I love my people. I love African spirituality. But what I can't stand is an in-between ass nigga, that let all type of foreigners, you know, in a supposed sacred ceremony, sacred house of ancestors, African ancestors, and you got the descendants of the murderers and oppressors of our ancestors at a sacred ceremony. Most of you niggas ain't even memorialized the ancestors. You understand what I'm saying? Do you think our ancestors would be okay when motherfuckers got, you know, the slave masters' descendants at their sacred ceremonies? Running them now. They running them. I say, God damn, I mean, they took over jazz, they took over blues. Motherfuckers took over R&B. Motherfuckers took over, man, listen. If motherfuckers ask, they want to know how did white people take over Egypt. All you had to do is look at every other motherfucking organization. Yeah, they conquered, but the methodology in which they take over is, I mean, they've been using the same formula. You see what I'm saying? Using the same formula over and over and over. Let me bring up another one of my lectures. I got to get that motherfucker up. I think it's this. And niggas sit up there and, you know, when you got a poor people, motherfuckers will let any, you know, and, you know, economically impoverished. For money, they'll do anything. They'll let anybody in. They don't give a goddamn. They don't give a goddamn who they let in. You understand? For that dollar. Like that goddamn song, what people do for money. They'll do any goddamn thing. You understand what I'm saying? They even let the goddamn descendants of the murderers of our ancestors up in a sacred ceremony that's supposedly honoring our ancestors. Motherfucker call on the ancestors and got the murderers of the ancestors sitting right in the goddamn crowd. Where that? Let me get up here. Here you go. Here you go, right here. Let me share this. Right here. Okay. Now, this the argument that they use. I want people to understand this. Because many practitioners of Vodun ain't nothing but undercover Catholics. That's all the fuck that they is. Now, they say, now, listen, I can't even understand that. I'd rather worship the wind. If you can't have a representation of a physical African, I'd rather just bow down to the goddamn sun. I would rather worship a tree than worship a peckerwood. So what they claim is this, that because they can't worship their ancestors, that many of the saints, you understand what I'm saying? They saw, you know, this is what I'm hearing. They seen some similarity in many of the saints in some of their deities. And so since they couldn't worship their own ancestors to represent, then they hid the worship inside of the white saints. That sounds just like chronic crackatosis to me. That sounds just like chronic crackatosis to me. You understand what I'm saying? Because after all is said and done, slavery is supposedly over. Slavery is supposedly over, yet the white saints is still there. Huh? Wait a minute. I want people to understand that the white saints is still there. Now, if that was so, ask yourself, why do these niggas still got the white saints there? Huh? Go in these ceremonies. Go in these goddamn ceremonies. Now, do that mean that all of them? I ain't gonna say no all. But it's enough. It's a goddamn enough. It's a goddamn enough where it should be. It's just like the Catholics and the goddamn Protestants. It's supposed to be some type of rift going on. Like, okay, you know what I'm saying? But even in our decadence, I cannot, for no sake, justify nobody worshiping no white person. You just not gonna give me, nigga. Like I say, if I can't put an image in my, I'd rather just go to the tree. Nigga, you understand? I'll go to a flower. You understand what I'm saying? I'll go to the water and just, you know what I'm saying, bow down to the, before I bow down to a cracker. So any, and justify. You understand what I'm saying? And justify at all. Wait a minute, let me show y'all something. So, let me bring this up. So these are some of the saints. They say they see them. Now, how the hell you gonna see it. I mean, first and foremost, when we understand the sacred science of black and white, how the fuck is you gonna see any similarities right there? You got the two extreme opposites. See, that's the one thing I know they lying. You understand what I'm saying? Because when you deal with the scientific law of diametric opposites, you see what I'm saying? Black and white is the two furthest extremes on the color spectrum. You see what I'm saying? Black and white is the two furthest extremes on the color. That means they the most unalike. That means that they are the most unalike. So when they said that they seen similarities, and I seen some of the deity, cold black, and then you over here looking at this creature ain't got no melanin in their skin, run from the sun, run from the sun. The fact that you got melanin means you a child of the sun, and the fact that he ain't got no means he been cursed by the sun. How the fuck do you see any similarities in that right there? You understand what I'm saying? Right there. And I know you're lying right there. That's, but that's the crackatosis. That's the niggeritis that been set in. And you see, you've been busted right there. Ain't no goddamn similarities unless you made them. You forced the similarity. You see what I'm saying? You forced the similarity to justify the disease, the mental disease you possess. You understand what I'm saying? You forced the similarity. So this is what these are the deities and the saints. Now they say Ogun represent people. Okay? Arula is Saint Francis. You got Oshun is Karidan. You got now some of these motherfuckers, I don't even know who the fuck they is. You understand what I'm saying? Babalua, Lazarus. Okay? And so these is the saints, okay? And so instead of being able to put up images of the African Orishas, you put up the white saint. So look at this. I'm gonna bring this on up so we can see. Nah. What motherfucker, man, look at this deity. Black, powerful. You can see the sun, the fire. That's Shango. Shango. Okay? Orisha of Thunder and Saint Barbara. God damn, is that Barbara? What the fuck is that? Now you look at this motherfucker over here and tell me how they reflect each other. I'm just, this is a joke. You understand what I'm saying? This is a goddamn joke. This is a mental disease that we dealing with. And it's still not, for whatever it's worth. For whatever it's worth, I'm gonna give my family, just for argument's sake. Just for argument's sake, you can't worship your black African Orisha. So you got Saint Barbara up in you got Saint Barbara up in there now. You got Saint Barbara up in there. You free now. Let me come back on it. You free now. Many of y'all got Saint Barbara still in there. Still in there in the living room. Y'all in there putting down little fruits and food and wine and shit. I know how it go. You understand what I'm saying? But the Egyptians did that too. That's not to make a joke, because the African in ancient Egypt did the same thing. You understand? They left food. They would go to the tomb of the ancestor. He'll have his, what you call, his car statue. You understand what I'm saying? At his tomb, at his mastaba, and they would leave food in the tomb. So that's ancient. You understand what I'm saying? That's ancient. But at the same time, like I said, and I see it on many, they got St. Barbara in there. They got St. Peter still in there. Okay, right here. Ochun, Orisha of Love, and Lady of Charity. Okay? Ain't no comparison. You understand what I'm saying? How do you find any similarities? Just on the visual. You understand what I'm saying? Because visual give off energy, frequency. You see what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? And so how, number one, how is they giving off the same frequency? What is the similarity? Except for similarity. You understand? To justify the Krakatoa. So again, what y'all got to understand that this is what they did to Osiris, what they did to Isis. You understand what I'm saying? When they made Serapis, and then they made the Greco-Roman Isis and shit. You understand? This is what they, and then they took the spiritual definitions of Osiris and Aset, the Black African Osiris and Aset, and they implanted it into the Serapis. You understand what I'm saying? The same thing. And the crazy part about it, Walter Williams explains it clearly. It was the niggas that made the Serapis for the white boy. And they was the ones that was actually coming down in the Black community to teach it and try to get conversions over into the new Serapis worship. It's no different. And so when you look at Vodun, you can see exactly what happened. You understand what I'm saying? They allowed the beast in. Now, for a while, you know what I'm saying? They was able to keep the beast out. But over a period of time, if you keep your foot on the motherfucking neck, and then you in full control of the economy, at some point in time, some of them niggas gonna break. That dollar gonna look good. You know what I'm saying? Them 40 pieces of silver look good. You see what I'm saying? And you get some of the, the priests, and they ain't even got to be big priests to convert over. You understand what I'm saying? And become a follower. Just like you get motherfuckers out there, when these politicians, you see them with Trump, you see them with all these other politicians, they come out for that dollar. You see what I'm saying? And they become a vehicle. You understand? By which the establishment can use them to come down into the community and get them to convert over to white worship. That's as clear as it gets. Now, this is Yemiya, Orisha of the ocean, and then you got Lady of Regular, wherever that at. Many of these motherfucking places I've never heard of. It's nothing but Mary. That's all that it is. And once you understand that Mary is the perversion of Isis, you understand what I'm saying? You even more so lose any type of respect, because for African people now to be aware of how Christianity stole so much out of Mother Africa, and then that's a cut, and then you come and put another cut on a cut. That's another cut. You understand? You cut some shit that was cut from the African, the uncut truth. You understand what I'm saying? All you had to do was go back to the source. You understand what I'm saying? So they cut your uncut African truth and made the Mary, and then you come and say that Yemiya is a reflection of the cut. I say, well, goddamn, that right there let you know you weakened. You didn't weaken your spirituality like that. You know what I'm saying? Because you unaware of the source of which it was taken from. You understand? Let me come down. Ogun. Orisha of Iron, War, and Hunt, and St. George. Now, anybody that study, and I ain't gonna pull that up today, but you can see, if you can see Heru, you can see Set, so many papyruses and carvings on the wall where they are the defenders in the Ark or the boat of Ra. They defending Ra, the sun, from a Pep, which is the cosmic serpent. You understand? That's trying to swallow the sun. So the serpent in that instance represents chaos. And so you can see Set on the front of the boat with his spear coming down to spear a Pep, the snake. So when you understand that that ain't nothing, St. George is only a perversion of that. And so to come back and say, okay, Ogun is a reflection of St. George without understanding that St. George ain't nothing but a perversion of the defender of Ra, Heru, and Set, defending Ra against a Pep, then that right there show you that you don't have no true understanding of the uncut African truth. You don't. You wouldn't have never done, in any way, shape, or form. If you couldn't put it in your mind. Shit. You know what I'm saying? If you can't physically put your ancestor out on the, in the visible, at least keep them here. You understand what I'm saying? I ain't got this, but I ain't about to put no peckerwood up. That just ain't gonna happen. You understand what I'm saying? I stop all type of open ceremonies before I do some shit like that. So that was weak. Just gonna be, because you didn't have to do that. It was other alternatives to that. You know what I'm saying? Unless they was forcing you, and like if a motherfucker force you, you go in there, play the game. Just like you go to work, you play the game, come on home, get your paycheck and move on. You understand what I'm saying? But to have many of these people got these shit, goddamn dear saints and shit all in their house. That's why when I go up in the bodegas many times, and goddamn it, they got all the candles and shit, this, that, and the third. And, you know what I'm saying? With all the white saints on it and this, that, and the third. You understand what I'm saying? And I understood that it was Catholic because I came up in Catholicism. But at the same time, I'm trying to figure out, is it Vodun, or is it Catholicism? Because if it's African, I know damn well they ain't got no damn white saints in no damn Africa. Indigenous Africa. Come on down. This is our ruler, Orisha of Great Divination and St. George the Evangelist. I don't understand this, family. I don't. Now, what's critical that I know about the Catholic, and I was watching a documentary on all the saints that the Catholics got. They make up saints out of nowhere. You understand what I'm saying? When they conquer a people, you understand what I'm saying? They will create a saint to say, you know what? This is our saint that most resemble your deity. So when you come up in here, you venerate this saint. And this is, it's almost like with the halo. You understand what I'm saying? Because we know it cannot be no white people chosen in a sun-centered religion. Yet and still you always see the halo behind their head. But see, that's a misdirection. It's an illusion. Because what we understand that the halo is a symbol of divine power, the divine energy. So by placing the halo, behind the Serapis, it gives the illusion that the power of God or the power of the universe is emanating through the image. Because by pushing it down behind the head, it gives you the illusion that the halo and the image is one. So by worshiping the image, you worshiping the energy of God. You're worshiping the power of God. You see what I'm saying? And so that's that. And then, like I said, you will see many, you'll see the white Jesus with the halo. You'll see the saints with the halo. And see, what they trying to do is wean you off of your original culture. So you will see Jesus with the halo, right? And then after a while, I used to see Jesus didn't have no halo. And niggas still, and so they didn't took the sun totally out. But that's what they wanted to do. They demoted it because in Egypt, the sun would be over the head. So what they did was they pushed it down. They demoted the sun. Because if you leave the sun in the primary position at the top, then you're gonna know who God is. So you push it down to give the illusion that the image and the sun is one. So by worshiping the image, you worshiping the sun. And so after a while, when you see the image, you worshiping the image, and then after a while, they'll pull the halo out of there until you see the image and you still see the image as God without the sun. So at that point, they didn't totally wean you off of your cosmic spirituality. And now you totally just worshiping the image alone. You understand what I'm saying? And so the Catholics, what they do when they conquer people, just like with the Vikings, they did the same thing with the Vikings. Ain't no Saint Nicholas, okay? Ain't no motherfucking. They created Saint Nicholas to hide Odin and Thor. You understand what I'm saying? Because when I was doing the research, it clearly said they have no writings of Saint Nicholas during the time that he lived. No contemporary writer wrote of Saint Nicholas in contemporary at the time in which he supposedly lived. And they say damn near all the stories about Saint Nicholas come damn near 200 years after he supposedly lived. So what y'all don't understand, the Catholics is good at creating saints to absorb the conquered people's deities. You understand what I'm saying? To absorb the conquered people's deity. Say, oh, this is your God. You understand? You can't worship, but St. George, the evangelist, is just like your God, Orisha, Orula, Orula. Okay? And so you can't bring Orula up in here. You just worship Orula to St. George the Evangelist. And so when I went, and they did this shit all over the world. Whatever people they conquered, including Europeans, and so they got so many saints that it's beyond number. They don't even know how many it is. It's without a number. They don't know how many saints it is. You can go all over the world and you got patron saints, cities, states, villages. So it's an endless amount of saints. And that the reason why it's an endless amount of saints is because every time they conquer somebody, they got to replace the deity or deities with a Roman Catholic saint to absorb their ass, okay? To absorb them, and so that's why Catholicism, they don't give a fuck. You got Halloween, and then Hallow supposedly means holy. But yet it's still y'all motherfuckers out here with the demons and shit. And this, that, and the third, that just lets you know they don't give a fuck. You know what I'm saying? Come on in. You understand what I'm saying? Hallowed be thy name. Halloween. and you walking around with all type of demonic mask on and shit, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Let me come on down. This is I don't know how to pronounce Alegu, okay, Alegua, or Orisha the Crossroads, okay, and Saint Benedict, and it ain't no motherfucking way, you know, you gonna tell me. You can look at the energy coming through the African deities. You can tell they all powerful, and then you look over here at this goddamn beast. And you know, it's nothing holy, nothing sacred that you're gonna find in that beast. That's a demon. You understand what I'm saying? So my question is, today, see, it must be a cleanse. You know, I love African spiritual, but they must take, you know, or they just undercover Catholics. That's just all that. It ain't no in between. Now we got to state for the fact that the Roman Catholics was responsible for initiating the slave trade, reducing us to, you know, to heathens and pagans, to be conquered by the Christian nations of Europe, and that the Catholics taxed every slave that came to the America. They made money on us, our misery, and to still be here and understand what they did to our ancestors, and then intertwine. You understand what I'm saying? The African Orishas with this garbage. You understand? It's sacrilegious. You understand? This is, you know, this is straight sacrilegious to the utmost. And I know you got to know that. You understand? But again, because the white boy got $1. And I want y'all to see this shit. I'm not done. Wait a minute. Where this shit at? I'm not fucking done. You know what? Let me go to my history. Let me go to my goddamn history. Right here. I had white chiefs in Africa. Man, y'all got to see this shit, man. Y'all got to see this. Y'all got to see this. Oh, here you go. Here you go. I want y'all to see this now. I'm going to drop this. As a matter of fact, I have put this shit in. I'm about to drop it right on it. I'm about to drop it right on there. Let me bring this on up. This shit got to be live in the motherfucking fact. I want y'all to see this now. I want to see who all right with this. Y'all see this? I don't even want to read this shit. Let me get it on. Let me get this shit up here so I can read it. Bride Elaine is African queen. A North couple became what are believed to be the first white African chief and queen during a ceremony in Ghana yesterday. This was 2013. A North couple became, 8 years after John Lawler was made chief of Ghanaian village, Shia, under the stew name, I don't even want to read. They done gave it Torobi Mati one. His wife Elaine was in stew in front of thousands of well wishers. The ceremony took place just 24 hours after their marriage was blessed in front of chiefs and elders from across Ghana at a colorful ceremony at the village's Catholic church. John 31 had been made chief in 1998 after helping establish a secondary school during a gap year spent in the village. And after the ceremony at Mafton Hall in Northumberland last month, village chiefs and elders decided John's new wife, Elaine, should be made queen. It capped a whirlwind few days for Belfast-born Elaine, 33, on her first visit to Africa. Man, listen here. Did y'all just hear what I said? Did y'all just see that? Did y'all just hear what I said? Now, when you go back, now you understand what the fuck I'm talking about. This is what the fuck I'm talking. I'm not done. I'm not done. I'm gonna throw a couple of them up because this to show y'all what the fuck I'm talking about. They not just worshiping the goddamn, because it's deeper than that. See, this is showing you how deep this shit go. This show you how deep this shit go. Look at this. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I want y'all to see this now. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. I'm going to read this too. And then, I want y'all to be in the house March 1st. Because I'm going to chop this shit down. I'm bringing in nothing but the axe. You best believe this is just showing y'all why we got to step on this shit. Look at this. I'm going to read this. Okay, here you go. A British grandmother who became the first white woman in the world to be made a Ghanaian chief has amazingly been crowned head of her third tribe. Aid worker Lynn Simmons, 50, was crowned Chief of Enlightenment and Education for the Manprusi tribe in Ghana in 1996 as a thank you for her brave charitable effort. Farmer's wife Lynn was stunned when she was awarded a second chiefdom, Queen of Philanthropists, for the Gonjalan people in 2003. Let me go down now. But amazingly, former teacher Lynn was made a tribal head for the third time when she was crowned Chief of Peace of the Dangomba tribe this summer. The ceremony saw Lynn wrapped in traditional cloth and including shooting rifles, sitting on animal skins, singing and dancing. Where we at? Y'all see this shit? Y'all see this shit? If y'all motherfuckers over there don't give us our reparation, because I tell you, them niggas owe us reparations too. That's why I always said I don't speak about all African people. Motherfucker, I wish y'all would deny us. See, that's why we got to straighten our head, because just like Dr. Clark said, Africa need to be liberated from some Africans. Okay? You understand what I'm saying? Africa need to be liberated from some Africans. You see what I'm saying? I want y'all to come to understand we is in trouble. We don't have nothing sacred, and we keep saying spirituality, even divinity. But you cannot have spirituality or divinity without having something that's sacred. And sacred means something that's so holy that you will not allow no other people, even many of your own people, to have access to. It's too holy. It's too divine. What is that? We don't have nothing that's sacred. Niggas are let the Peckerwood, the Arab, the Asian, and any other people to have access to any religion, any cultural gathering, ceremony, anything on the planet. Niggas will invite the beast in. We have nothing that's sacred. So I'm just letting y'all know, Vodun, you niggas is up on the chopping block. If you the righteous brothers and sisters that know what this divine mission is about, please join us and gather in and bring the Orishas. Bring them, because they won't show head on the chopping block. They do. They do. They do. Come on in. But if you one of them Kundaria ass niggas out there inviting all the beasts to the ceremonies, perverting, making goddamn beast chiefs and goddamn high priestesses and all this shit, then your day draws near. And when we get started on your ass, we ain't gonna stop. That when we say your dough is up, that flyer is the warrant going on the door. We kicking that motherfucker in repetitiously. After that, it's just gonna be bam, bam. Every time you rear your head, we digging in your chest. It's time for us to reclaim our Africanness. It's time for us to clean the house. It's time for, if we got the broom, we got to sweep it on out of there. You see what I'm saying? You go to the back of the house and you sweep it on, open up the windows and doors and sweep that shit on up out of there. Put your good smelling righteous scents down all through the house and this, that, and sweep all that evilness and all, and shut the doors and lock the doors. And only allow those that know the divinity, know the sacredness of this mission up in the house. We got to go back to the ancient ways. And that's reality. So family, March 1st, have your ass in the place. Don't you dare miss it. This is just a brief preview of what's, you're going to see that Sunday. I'm going to be inspiring spirituality, but I will be very, very brutal upon those that have allowed these beasts to come up into the Holy of Holies and desecrate the sacred rituals, ceremonies, and religions and cultures of our people. We must put these motherfuckers, we calling names. I'm calling names. I'm calling names. I'm going, and I'm looking you motherfuckers up. I don't care where you at. I'm looking you up. If you're endorsing it, we coming to see you. We calling your name out. That's how it's going down from now. We're not just going to say, oh, no, bitch, you. We see you. Use the infiltrator. Use a perp. Use an enabler. Use an enabler for the beast to come up in here and wipe his muddy shoes on the sacredness of our culture. You understand? Got them in there after they done what they done to our people. And you got enough nerve to install this beast as a chief in Africa? Africa must, and the African community, the continent of Africa must be liberated by many Africans. We got to liberate Africa. Them motherfuckers over there ain't in no motherfucking position. And then the crazy shit about it, and I'm about ready to get on up off of here, is they'll deny us. Bitch, I'll go in your mouth. Straight up. That's when you got to go in their mouth. Ain't no asking nobody for shit. If it's yours, You take your shit. In respect and sacredness and the land, that's where we got to be. And that's where we at. And I know family in Africa already know what it's about. Because they right there with us. They like, yes, we glad the brother Seti come with that fire. You should have been done it. I already know. Brother, why you didn't? You should have been done it. We so thank you. The ancestors thank you. They with you. I already feel the energy. It should have been done. So we calling names. It's time to clean the house. It's time to go back to sacredness. Because, and I'm about to end. See, this is these very sacred ceremonies is where we talk our necessary talk. So, I mean, I'm going to say that again. These very, very sacred ceremonies and rituals and seasons and times is where we talk our necessary talk. But if the beast is there, how can we be speaking of any substance? You didn't devoid it. You didn't devoid it a sacred a platform that was for the liberation of our souls and our physical being, and you trampled it down by opening the door for these beasts. And I'm gonna end on this. The dope man is a cold motherfucker. The dope man. I don't care if you're in the streets. The dope man open up the door and allow everybody to come in and leave out. He watching motherfucker. Now, if your dope man ain't careful, he can let anybody in the house. You understand what I'm saying? So the dope man is like he's the most important, one of the most important individuals, if not the most important. Because if he in on the purge, and while you sleep, you can be the king, you can be whoever you want to be. If you in there laying in the bed, and the dope man turn that key, you're done, buddy. You're done. They in there on you, nigga. They in there on you. And so you got to watch that dope man. You got to watch that dope man. Okay, the dope man could be the leader of the flock. He could be the motherfucker that tell. And so you got to watch that motherfucking doorman and see who they let in and out of that motherfucking door. And make sure that they understand that if you let the wrong motherfucker in this house, you gonna lose your goddamn head. You understand what I'm saying? That must be taught. If you don't hold your doorman to task, if you don't hold your doorman to task, you doomed. You doomed, family. So I'm out of here. I want y'all to take that message. I want y'all to understand we coming. And also March 15th, Sunday, March 15th, me and Pharaoh, we about to blast off once again. The Greek origins of pedophilia. Where that shit at? Let me get out of here so I can show y'all. Here you go. Here we go. Right there. March 15th. Sunday, March 15th. The ancient Greek origins of pedophilia exposed. And we're going to be going in all that shit. Can't just do no. You got to stay on these beats. Every little nook and cranny. We running up in that motherfucker. Yeah, nailing warrants on the door. We coming to see you. And when we come to see you, we going to stay on you. Because we know y'all motherfuckers out there. And I'm gonna leave. I'm gonna leave on this. I'm gonna go back to that just in a second. Anytime I hear a motherfucker say, why y'all teaching on that so much? Bitch, because they out every day. You see a motherfucker out there snatching them babies and doing all type. And so as long as these motherfuckers is out here doing what they doing, we gonna be doing what we need to do, and that's exposing and telling the goddamn truth. And why are you so concerned about us teaching about this shit? That's what I want to know, motherfucker. That's what I want to know. So, family, March 15th, have your ass in the place. March 1st, the infiltration of voodoo culture exposed. It's going to be powerful. It's going to be powerful. So don't you miss it. Don't you miss it. You know you're going to have motherfuckers from the Caribbean all the way to Africa that's going to be tuning into that. And they need to. And goddamn it, I guarantee you're going to hear the ancestors cry out from the water. They're going to say, thank you, General Sarasu and Seti. You should have been took it to their ass. You should have been took it to their ass. All right, family, I'm out of here. This is the General Sarasu and Seti saying, hey, arm yourself with knowledge. Bang on that wicked ass beast daily. Liberation through African education and confrontation. Black Power.